Oh, hi! Would you like to see all of the stuff that I've done in my craft room since my last update over a year ago? Yeah? Well, it's not finished, but we've made some progress. Let me show you what I've been doing. So first thing I'm going to say is if you haven't seen the other updates, then they are in a playlist. The link will be in the description. And yeah, this is a small room. It's a spare room in a ranch style house. So it's literally like 10 feet square with a door, a window and a closet, and only one real wall, which you can see has had a change. So let's start, well, obviously with the dogs, but let's start with the wall that leads into the hallway. So this wall has had a few different things done to it. The first thing is that I put this rack on the back of the door to hold all my vinyl. So it just makes it a bit of an easier way to store the vinyl. You'll see here I've got the word play. There's actually some shelves in that little box there that I need to hang onto the wall. The table is on the wall. It's a little flip-up table, an extra table in case I need it. And then this is the main addition. Back in March, we put in this pegboard. This is just a pegboard from, I think it was from Home Depot. We just put in 4 pieces of the pegboard and the shelf on the top. So this is the big difference that I've had since the last update. And I've also reorganized everything a little bit different. So everything now is in zones. So this one on here, this bookshelf on here that you can see, they bookend each end of the pegboard. This bookshelf, this is all planner stickers, planner stuff. Planner things, they're all here, whether it be sticker books, actual planners that I'm using, planners that I've used before, they're all on this side. Across the top, on the top shelf there, we've got some decoration stuff. So this is just stuff that from travels, from events or whatever. And then here's a glimpse of the pegboard that you see here. Again, all of this is just the pegboard from Home Depot. You don't need the IKEA stuff. In actual fact, that actually hurts you because you can only use the IKEA attachments with the IKEA stuff. So that's something to bear in mind. So I had this little spot here that just fit my planner cart, one of my planner carts perfectly. This is all art stuff, watercolor and paintbrushes, etc. On the left-hand side of the pegboard that you'll see here, this is all scrapbook stuff, mostly. This is mostly scrapbook stuff. So I've got my one little word on the top, then there's some scrapbook albums, my project life, then we've got stamping, then it goes into like empty albums, used albums, stuff like that, just storage stuff. And then on the bottom, there's just empty stuff and some of the dog's stuff. So here is a quick glimpse at the camera mount that I'm using. I'm using this on my DSLR and it has been working fabulously. Attaches to my pegboard and it's great. I recently got these baskets for the pegboard. Highly recommend if you have a pegboard. They are fantastic. I am just in love with them. These little black ones, these little black baskets, these came with the pegboard set that I bought. I've had these acrylic drawers, these plastic drawers. I've had these literally about 20 years. I've probably got about 7 or 8 sets. And right now I'm in the process of organizing those. And of course, you know, no craft room is complete without a dog bed. On the right hand side with that pegboard and the desk, there's this little like 2-up calyx unit that I've not really utilized that space well. Now this is one of the things that I love about my pegboard. I have a ton of pens, as you can see, and I wanted them sorted by color. So I got some white beakers from Dollar Tree. I think I bought like 3 sets because there were 3 sets of 3. And my husband 3D printed these little rings. So I have all of these rings to hold these cups on, and I can just take my pens, my pen cup out and then get the color I want, and then I'm good. Underneath my table, I've got a little unit, a rolling unit. On top of there, in that little space, you'll see my paper trimmer. There's also a big cutting mat in there. I've got kind of scrapbook embellishments and stuff in here. And on the bottom
of here, I've got all my punches for Happy Planner, my regular letter punches, my 6-hole punch, all punches. And of course, again, you can't do anything in this place without having a dog. It's just not impossible. Absolutely impossible. And everything does get covered in dog hair, in case you're wondering. So my computer desk is at a 90-degree angle from my craft desk. This is in front of the window, and you'll see I've got 2 screens. I've had 2 screens forever. I'm also a gamer, so I like to have my screens. This little sign, it does light up. Now, for my birthday last year, my husband did me an on-air sign, which lives in the kitchen. And if I press this one to say that I'm filming, it lights up the one in the kitchen so that he'll know when he comes out of his space that I'm actually filming, and hopefully he'll be quiet. This bit here, this is my, I'm going to call it my printer area. Again, it's just been helpful to kind of do things in little zones. This printer I got I think it was last fall. It's been amazing. I absolutely love it. The little container we see here, the little drawer on the top of the unit, I got that recently, and I didn't know what else to put in there other than paints. These are empty. They're waiting for me to put stuff in. Everything that's empty that you see is just waiting for me to put things in from my storage. So this unit I got last year, I love it. I bought this when I got the printer. I love it. Top drawer is all like paper and packing tape. And then I've got my hard drive, more packing tape. We always need packing tape. And then label makers. Now this is the one thing that I did. On the bottom, it's actually a filing drawer. And I put all of my printable stuff in here. From paper to photo paper to vellum to white cardstock to transparencies, all lives in there right underneath the printer, which is fantastic. This is my second planner cart, and I know what you're thinking, like, how the hell do you have nothing on this planner cart? It's waiting for December daily stuff. That's basically it. So then I have my closet. Now half of my closet is taken up by a filing cabinet, but the other half is storage. But the first thing I want to say is having this ductless air conditioning has been the best. It's a heater, it's air conditioning. It does need some touch up since we put it in with the paintwork, but it's getting there. So on the right hand side, there's this little nook in the closet. So we have shelves in here, which we put in last year. And I've got my sewing machine, my serger and embroidery machine all on one shelf. There's some like tools and stuff, and then on the bottom, massive amount of storage. I've nowhere else to put this, so that's where it's going to have to go for now. On the left hand side, we added a Kallax unit from IKEA, which fit perfectly. Not only does it hold stuff, but it also provides some support for the shelf above it. So I got one of those little 12 by 12 paper inserts. I've got some drawer inserts and some cupboard inserts. All of my empty planners live in here, papers, all kinds of stuff, notepads, everything that you can see here. But yeah, I absolutely love this unit. I was over the moon when we put this in. And the fact that it fits so beautifully, hells yeah.
All right, that is my new improved craft room. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down below. I'll see you next time. Bye.